Now then, welcome back to another episode on the Hypermine Infinity Evolved server. And today, I've got so many silly plans. I say I've got silly plans, but in actual fact, I've got too many plans. That's the problem. First up, let me show you. This is gone. The two that were stuck. Good comments down below. Thank you very much. The two have been admin removed so that we've got rid of them. And I think what the problem probably was I placed them, did not set a trade, and then while I was not here or the server restarted or something, they became unowned and then just sort of glitched out. So I couldn't break them because they were unowned by me. They weren't owned by me. They weren't owned by anybody, so admin had to get rid of them. So I've got to reconsider what I'm going to do over here for the block shop. I'm still sort of left it all set up because these blocks are all automatically created and all that kind of stuff, and I'd like to continue having the dirt trading, but I've got to figure out another way of doing it. So until then, I've decided I'm going to concentrate on something else for an episode. I've got 3 or 4 different projects that are opening up in front of me that I want to get done, and I want to try and, if I had the time, I would spend like all day just doing them. But I've got a recording schedule to keep at the same time, and I don't want to overdo the recording schedule and have weeks on weeks of recordings sorted out for you and only release them one a day, which would just be annoying because then they don't do anything. They just sit there waiting, and there's nothing else I can do. I'm just getting a backlog. So I try to keep these as current as possible. That way I can see what's going on around the server day to day as well and give you more of an up-to-date what's going on. So every couple of days, I will record an episode on the server. And every day, I'll play on the server and get things sorted out, ready for the next episode, and so on. But I've got a few projects in mind. One of the projects is getting those trader mats sorted out. Another issue is, now that I've got to sort of separate these trader mats out a little bit to resolve that problem I had, I can't keep them all next to each other. And I've only got like 3 chunks of space. I'm thinking, can I utilize this for people to use them? And that's a bit awkward because the Trado mats require a chest behind. So a chest behind is something that players can access. And therefore we will have an issue with potential theft. Or it won't be as secure a system. Now, I don't think anyone's going to steal from me. I think if you did it like on the vanilla server, you'd just put some chests down and put a payment chest, and people would come along, take what they want from the chest, and put payment in the payment chest. But this is Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved, and we've got trader mats for a reason. And I wanted to use those trader mats to the best of their ability. Having a chunk where they cannot access any chests, and having a chunk where they can access the machines seemed ideal, but with only 1 trade per Trado mat, this is going to take a very, very long time to set up all the trades I could possibly want in this short space. There's not much space, is there, for all those trades? Whereas if I had out here all open in a supermarket style and they could come along and take what they wanted and pay for it, well, that's different, but I don't know of any way to have like a checkout facility where they put items into the checkout and then they check out, see how much it cost them and all that kind of stuff. So I've got to reconsider how to do my hypermarket. And I might just stick to doing it the way I wanted to do it, original plan, and just have limited number of trades, but have this top floor kind of like my storage area, showing all of the things that I store and keep in like a warehouse, but set out like it's a supermarket, if that makes any sense. So people won't be able to buy any of the things, but it will look like a supermarket, and people will be able to buy the basics and essentials in like the block shop and a few other bits, because at the end of the day, most of the players on the server can get their own resources anyway. It's not like it's impossible. And maybe if they need to buy something from the hypermarket, they actually have to come to me while I'm online so that I can get things from barrels and take them out to the counter and give them to them and receive payment directly. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe a little roleplay type thing. Yeah. So that being said, I'm not sure what to put downstairs because I want to do a little bit of automated AE crafting and have all the automation going. But that again, then if I leave it here, why is that in the hypermarket? It's there because that's where I want to use it for starters, but really, do I really want that all the time? I don't think so. So I've got to think again about my base, and over at my base, nice little portal guns. Over at my base, this was supposed to be just a mining base. This was supposed to be literally just a mining base. So I would have mining operations coming in from all over the place, and this would be where all the things were processed. In a similar way that I've got a chest above a hopper that smelts down all the materials, I'm going to have macerators and all sorts of things going on here to quickly process tons and tons of quarries worth of materials and get all that sorted out. But yeah, lots of silly plans getting in the way of being able to record any one thing. So I decided today I was going to set up a little AE system like this. This AE system I set up recently, and I'm thinking that I want to set up a mobile base. A mobile AE system, basically, because all the things that I've got in here are all well and good. It's all awesome. But I want to be able to do my crafting and sorting anywhere I choose. So the first stage, I'll set it up over here, right? The first stage, get a Tesseract. Let's do the Tesseract. Now I've got a crafting center in here. It's good. I've actually already got a Tesseract ready. Okay. Well, let's make the other Tesseract out of that then. There we go. And I'll have another Tesseract sitting in there waiting as well. Okay. So we start with the Tesseract. The Tesseract is the power in. Okay, so we'll set that up just there. And that can be from Big Reactor Nem. Yep, it can receive all things into it. That's fine. It can receive all of the things. Next up, I'm going to need an AE2 power receptor. Power receptor, maybe. No, maybe not power receptor. Maybe I can just go with a straightforward AE2 control panel. Controller. So we've got the controllers and about there. There we go. So for these, I need pure Fluix crystals and an engineering processor. I'm missing the engineering processor. Okay, so this is another thing that I wanted to organize and sort out, was to get all of these things automated for me as well, so I could quickly get this done. But I've got to decide where to put it, where to do it. So I've got a mining base and I've got a shop. Do I now need to go out and in search of another base location? Another location that I can call a home, an actual final resting place, a base. I think I might. I think I might need that. I think moving and starting another location so soon is something that I might want to do. And, well, I don't really know how I want to do it as such. I've been thinking about how the applied energistic system will need lots and lots of nether quartz. I don't appear to have any in at the minute. Have I got some in my bag? I went out digging a little while ago. Yeah, 16 nether quartz. Because of the nether ores mod, nether quartz is fairly difficult to get hold of. Obviously, I've got to kill tons and tons of the nether with turtles to get nether quartz. And so that's going to make it much more difficult to deal with. So I'm kind of thinking now, right, as we are talking, I'm kind of thinking, now as we're talking, that the best method I could think of would be to make a nether portal in a location, set up, well, go in the nether in a certain location, and just have my turtles just dig. So we might get around to digging towards a new base today, and then that gives me something to do between now and the next recording session, and just make nether portals and just hope to come out somewhere cool. Or maybe I'll just go for a fly and hope to come out with something cool in the end anyway. But anyway, let's work on disk drives. Disk. No, it's not going to do it that way. Okay, what are we're looking with just drives. Okay, an ME drive, 2 engineering processors. Okay, have I got anything? No, I still need the engineering processors. I'm making a portable drive system, so I'm going to need 2 more engineering processors. So let's get 2 more of those out. Well, 2 more. There we go. And 2 more redstone. 1, 2. And 2 more diamonds. I want to be able to keep all of my good stuff in the AE system that's basically my portable base. So whenever I stop to do a project, I can just whip out the Tesseract and this controller and have a portable crafting system with all my stuff in it, all just waiting to come out and be used whenever I need to use it. But I do want a base that can give me the automation I need to craft things quickly. And that is where a new base would come in rather than having my existing bases. And once I can craft things quickly, so long as I can jump between places very quickly as well, I should feel okay about then setting up a load of automation in different places for different reasons. So over here at spawn, I will have the different setups for different occasions, as it were. Yeah, so I've got a mining area and a market area. And that, I think, is going to be my thing. And now I've just spent all of this time talking about it. Hopefully you're following what I'm doing as well at the same time. I'm going to want a terminal that is a crafting terminal, like this. Do I have a calculation press? No. Do I have illumination panels, I have those things. Okay, so we're close to being able to make it. Got to make one of these first, so let's make that. Need a little bit of Fluix crystal and possibly a little bit more of that, and possibly some Certis quartz dust as well. So we'll just throw those into here, get those processing quickly. While we're at it, we've got anything, yep, all out ready. Awesome. I probably only need 1 of each, I don't know. Let us see and find out. Okay, so what were we after? We're after the interface, terminal. We're after a terminal first of all, which means we need these. And we get 2 of those. And 2 of the other one. Was it nether quartz? No. That one. That one. Annihilation core, which is that. Okay, I've used up that little bit already. Okay, let's take this. I also set up a method for sorting out my seeds faster. I'll just show you that quickly because this portable system isn't too bad at the minute. So this has got a power acceptor, which is a Fluix crystal with some quartz glass, easy to make, yeah. And a couple of vibration chambers. I think I could have put anything in there, but I decided to put the vibration chambers from AE2. And then we've got crystal growth accelerators, which again weren't too difficult to make. We've got close to that. You surround your puddle, so I had a puddle over there that I was throwing things in. You surround your puddle with that, give it some power, and it grows the crystals much, much faster. So you can make the crystals all the much more faster. I want to set that up in a base location, though. That's the big thing about this. I want to set it up in a base location. So, I wanted to crush this as well, didn't I? Crush this. There we go. Nope, can't pulverize it. Why? Now can I pulverize it? Nope, why? Okay, I can't pulverize those. So I'm going to have to set it up separately. And that means using some more of my valuable quartz dust up. And charged Certis quartz. Okay. We've got a lot of charged Certis quartz. It's the quartz, really. It's the nether quartz that's going to be the problem. So I need to do this nether thing. I need to do some operation in the nether to get going far enough away. So I think that's going to be the order of business this week, is to set up another base. Yes, another base. Another base. I know. It's like the 3rd place already. I should have potentially just gone and built myself a base to start off with, and then come back over to spawn after that, and gone and done all this sort of stuff after. But no, I decided that I was going to start off at spawn. I thought everyone was starting off at spawn, so I was going to have a temporary base here at that. Hello, fellow portal user. Yeah, he gave us the portals the other day, didn't he? Let's get rid of 2. That should keep us busy for a little while. There we go. Awesome. Alright. Also, a slight infinite cycle on these things would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's put that in there. Okay, so that's the annihilation cores. Okay, so we've got those, and boom. Yes, we can have the terminal. Alright, and then we need a crafting grid like that. Take it. Thank you. Put that away. And put that in there, and go for the crafting terminal, which is a calculation processor, which I don't have a calculation processor right now. And I need to grow one of those pure crystals to make it. Okay. And pure, it is just pure, yeah. So I've got to make a pure seed from that, which is Certis quartz and sand make the seeds, right? And we'll see how this speedier growth accelerators are actually going to work over here. So we throw the seeds in. Now normally these seeds could take a couple of hours to process, right? But when I give this some power, if I can get a couple of stacks of that out and give this some power and give that some power, that should then vibration chamber give power to the accelerator, which then passes the power through the AE cables to the accelerators, and they should start vibrating or something very soon. Give me some power. Come on. This takes a little while to power up. Yeah. And then work. Why you no work for me now? Let's try and give it a little jump start. Jump start, please. Jump start. Offline still. Why? Why you no power? It was working earlier. That was working. That was working. That is working. It's kind of not catching up, is it? Let's just take this out and start again with that. There. Now work. No? Okay. Take you out. There, we've reset it a little bit now. What else did I change? Nothing. Just needed to kind of reset them a little bit. Okay. They've got a little bit of power there. Ah, maybe I need a ton of power to make it work. And they're just not getting enough power. Okay, so do we have anything to give them more power? I thought I was giving them plenty of power. Maybe I'll put a Tesseract down before. Let's just do that quickly. Let's just take the Tesseract from up here. And this will die off, but never mind. I can come back to it in a bit once I've got my crafting terminal. I've already done it once over here, but I didn't record that. I just wanted to get that set up and done so I could have the auto crafting, or not the auto crafting, but the crafting available when we started running around. There we go, now we got it. Okay, so throw those into there now. Okay. Now they should grow up a lot faster than in that puddle over there. A lot faster. Tons and tons faster. But these... meh. Just give them back to me, why don't you? Get away from it. Okay. But these vibration chambers obviously don't kick out enough power at 1 AE per tick. No. So I'll have to rejig this idea and just have it straight power coming from the AE system. I've actually got it set up, kind of set up anyway, that the applied energistic system will only operate off this reactor energy, and that everything up here has got an on-off switch. So here, if I switch this switch off, it will slowly power down, it run out of power, because the Tesseract behind this block is not allowed to pump power out, not allowed to receive power from the big reactor. So the Tesseracts are linked, and this will slowly but surely run out of power and just die off. So before I leave the server, I get rid of this, get rid of my portals, and that, because portals are chunk loaders, by the way. So I get rid of this, get rid of the portals, and then devices power down like this and don't drain a ton of energy while I'm not using them. So I'm just here to use them as I need them. Let's have a look, see what we got going on here. Are we nearly done now? They are 44% complete. So it's still going to take a long time, but it's a lot quicker with this method. And you can have up to 6 around it, because you could surround that water source block. So long as you know a way of getting the seeds in there in the first place. Alright, well, as that's going to happen a little over a course of a little time, let's just take this guy out. And let's see about setting something up over here with that instead. Because I would like to show you what's what this episode. So let's just take all this out. And yeah, let's take all this out. And let's go into here and take this Tesseract out. Dismantle my base and show you what I was working on. Well, working towards at least. Okay, so the Tesseract gets power, turns the ME controller on. Bing. Do I have to reset your thing? Yeah. Set your thing. Power on. Power up. Power successful. Have I turned it off? I've turned it off. Yeah, because I've got it set up for that. I got it set up for the lever. Okay, so powering that up, it's got then all of these discs can just get slotted into here, which is all part of what I carry around with me. And then we just have the cable with a crafting terminal on there like that. And that's given me access to all of my gear, all of my things. And I can basically just keep adding disk drives to this setup. So it's a very small setup, but it's portable because I can take all of this stuff, put it in a bag, and take it out with me wherever I go. So long as I've got the materials in the system, I should be able to go anywhere I want with the system and just fill up the drives. The drives have 63 types of items per drive, right? And I've partitioned a couple. You'll see how I've partitioned. Let's take that one and that one that are partitioned. And you'll see in a cell workbench how it's partitioned. So this one is partitioned to only store ingots and nuggets. So any of my ingots and nuggets can only go into there. So nothing else can get stored onto that one. And this one is all of my Industrial Craft 2 stuff gets stored onto that disk and only that disk. So the other disks contain all of the random things that I have in my stock room, as it were, and those two that I've partitioned should only show up the things that I am actually using, which is another way of organising my stuff when I'm trying to work on a project and I've got everything here and I don't want to be scrolling up and down through all this. I can just say, okay, well, I only want to work on IC2, so I'll just put the disk drive that's got IC2 stuff and then my raw materials in there. So I can quickly then craft all the things I need from IC2 and have mobile crafting with all of my base available to me. That's quite an important little task, I know. Quite an important little task, because now I can go anywhere I want in the world to build my second base, and I've basically taken everything with me. Yes, just think about that. Just think about how often you run around and get a new base and end up having to run between bases in a method to go and get your stuff. Even if it's just through an instant portal. Even if it's just going through a Mistcraft book or a nether portal network or instant travel via teleporters. You still have to travel to your stock in order to do things. And jumping backwards and forwards, loading those chunks and jumping backwards and forwards takes its own toll on a player. Whereas with this, I have all of my stock and a crafting bench, all mobile, all available to me wherever I seem to want to pitch up and start work. Now, this isn't a permanent base solution, is it? No. But it is a mobile-based solution, one that I am going to employ next as we go into the nether and dig a ruddy great big tunnel. Or maybe fly over the land and pick out a spot. which is something that I'm going to do between episodes. Thank you very, very much for watching another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved on the Hypermine server. I will see you very soon for some more, and hopefully I'll have an awesome looking base location for you to check out in the next episode. Goodbye.